countdown day 2 to Vegas. The call that changed everything. You know, I was relaxing in my 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in Yucca Valley on my 1.5 acres, and then I answered the phone. It's like, I'm in a good mood, had myself a Sapporo beer, picked it up. Hello, Mr. Morris. This is the student loan repayment center. You need to pay your bill. You're no longer able to put your bills on deferment. We've been able to verify that you are gainfully employed. If you do not put any type of pay some type of money toward your student loan, which is behind several months, we will garnish your wages and we will start taking your income tax. What scared me the most was the income tax, because right about that time I was like in the midst of paying back helping my grandmother who passed away had probate bills, and the probate bills were running up like $15,000 and $20,000, and I was paying a lawyer on installment. So and I had the income tax check coming in for that week, for that year, I was getting about good $4,000 back, and half of that was going to go to the lawyer. And when she said income tax return, I was like, oh no, because fuck, I got to get this. If I don't get this probate thing taken care of, and if it goes too long, my grandmother has a son and he was an alcoholic, and it's possible that he may have gotten a house if I delayed. So I was like on the phone for about 5 to 10 minutes, like saying, okay, can I get a deferment? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I pay a partial payment? No, you need to pay you got to pay a certain amount. You got to be paid like the $547. No more minimum payments. And they made me hold it to it, and they sent me, I think, something in the mail that said, you've got to do these type of payments. And I was like, she just broke this 6'2" brother down, man. I was like crying, like, please don't take my check, and please, for God's sake, don't take my income tax return. I need it. And it's like I was begging her. And then finally, we must have come to some type of arrangement, because since then, I haven't been late on my payments at all. And back then, my student loan back in about 2015, 2016 was about $94,471. That was the highest my student loan had been. And now here we are as of almost entering September 2019. And I've gotten that student loan below $39,000. And the reason why we're calling this Countdown to Vegas 2 is because I'm going to take $1,000 or close to $1,000 and go to Vegas and see if I can't win $547. That's the payment that I have that's the minimum payment for my student loan each month. Oh, so it's just more like a mini vacation to reward myself of just 3 years of just hacking away at this loan. And I remember first I tried to save my way to paying off my student loan. And that was a disaster, because I had lost a couple of foreclosures. As you guys know, the great 2008 depression. Probably 2 or 3 years later, I lost the duplexes. But while I owned the duplexes, I ran up quite a bill on my line of credit for Bank of America, because I assumed that my tenants would pay me. Which, when I hear people say duplexes, I just like shudders. Like, whenever you say I'm going to live in the back unit and have someone live in the front unit, you might as well go hang yourself, because it's nothing but killing you slowly. So I owed them money, and then I had the probate bill, and then I found out I tried to be nice to my grandmother's friend and to her son, and I let them live in the house that my grandmother had while I was going through all this probate issue, because I was thinking, hey, maybe I'll get a couple of $100 from them to help pay the rent, and I can redirect that $300 to paying off the student loan, to paying off like another bill. Like, I was just trying to save my way with my current check, with the income I had coming in. That's all. And I had got like some like life insurance money, like a little about $10,000. It's something minor. And that ended up going to the state anyway for the Medicare. We'll talk about that later. So it was like I found out that the house note wasn't being paid, and I got a letter that says taxes were owed and they were going to repossess the house. So whatever money I had saved, or whatever little inherited money I was able to get, was gone. So the only way for me to handle all these new expenses, from probate to student loan to just almost losing my own house, was just to bring in new money. So that's when I turned to my old friend Craig. Craig and I became good friends for about 4 or 5 years, man. I was working any job possible. I mean, I had one job where I set up for an event. I remember setting up for these events. I had another job just recently where all I did for 6 hours is just move trash bags. Martin, move these trash bags. We have an event. I want you to go through here, clean out all these, make sure these trash bins don't fill up, get them out of here, put them in this other trash bin, and then take that trash bin out to the main trash can. So I did that. I worked the UC Riverside event. I was there as a server. I think I was working for the BNP. That was like the tennis tournament. So all I did for 3 days straight was shovel snow cones. So, and then what other things I've done? I've done team play. But before team play, I had a couple of jobs. I've done the Margarita Fun Run where I collected money for parking. I worked another event like the Donut Run where I helped take down the court. And I was basically like a monitor, making sure no one got into the course, like a parking monitor. I mean, I was at Macy's, like Christmas season, any type of like catering job I can do, I would do. I mean, Craig was my buddy, man. Without Craig, I would have died, man, because that extra $15 to $20 I made during that weekend, whatever I had left that was like I was able to get some money, or like it's like that was basically the grocery money for the year. So cut to like 4 years later now, the loan is below $38,000, below $39,000, and I'm on my way to Vegas. Like I've had enough money to pay for a hotel, pay for I'm gonna go VIP, I'm gonna go Southwest, I'm gonna go Business Select. The brother's gonna be Business Select. I'm gonna have I'm gonna wear a peak shirt, thinking beige pants. I wanna look like Mr. Tibbs. I'm gonna look like that guy from Miami Vice, man. They go, who is this? Is this nigga that lost his mind? You know that's what they're gonna say. But I'll be big timing them, man. And this is just a train going by me right now, but what I learned from this thing was like I could work more than 12 hours a day. And what I also learned is like there's a lot of money out there, but you got to get that money. Because unfortunately now Craig is being impacted by Amazon. Amazon is taking some of my jobs. I mean, mostly a lot of jobs like are really left now, or maybe some super hard manual labor or sales type jobs. So that's why I'm mostly focusing on sales. Starting a little lead generation business, see if I can't bring in an extra 20 to 30. Let's try 2 to 3,000 a month, and we'll bring it to 20 to 30,000 a month. But yeah, on countdown day to Vegas too. Like, just think, have you had a loan above like 94,000? Man, I can't even picture that. That was a lot of money, man. That's like a Range Rover, man. Now I got it down to like a 2019 Camry. That's what I'm saying. So let's see if I can't get it knocked down. So like, this is like, I'm gonna leave work early today, gonna go home, start packing. I gotta make a quick trip by the apartment because I decided I need to move out my apartment. I'm just gonna get a 1-bedroom. It may give me an extra $150 when it's all said and done. But if you looked at my other videos, you know, when I grew up, I was younger, I used to live with my grandparents, and I lived in a 1-bedroom, what used to be 4 to 5 people in a 1-bedroom, 4 to 5 people in a 2-bedroom house, and my grandfather and I used to sleep in the living room, and there's like a pull-out couch, and what made it so bad was my grandfather back then used to be a drinker. Grandpa used to put it down, so I was like, Grandpa, man, I know you want to pass out for drinking, but I gotta wake up because you sent me to an all-guy school, and I gotta wake up, I gotta wear a tie and stuff, so I gotta get up early, so can you please pull out the bed? Oh man, those were the days. My dog, Girl, and Bootsy, and Rex, and Butterball, they had like this big dog house in the back. I swear they lived better than all of us in the house in front. So that's why I moved to the apartment. I just realized we'll talk about it later. Like, you know, I'll talk to you about why I sold the house. And like in my day, like if you like, let's just cut to it. Mexican or immigrant is all that used to be squashed into like a house. You say, who are those people in that house? Like 6 to 7 people. Now go to my apartment complex. There's like there's like 5 people, two adults, 3 kids, and the one next to me. There's another one. There's like a son. I think at least another 5 other people in a 2-bedroom. And I think if you go along the way a little more, you'll find maybe even like 6 or 7. And God knows how many people they got squashed into 3 bedrooms now. So I just think it's funny, but you know, it's not funny when you live next to me and you keep me up with your gaming. And I need to go where a little bit more challenge, you know, get around some young people that are single or just on their way up. When you get around a bunch of families squashed into a house, it's kind of like reminds you, 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And I agree. I believe a majority of like at least 50 to 45% of the people couldn't handle a $500 emergency. I believe that because when I go home on the weekends, like no one goes anywhere, man. I'm the first to leave and I'm the last to come back. But as we count down to Vegas, I know I'm kind of getting off subject, but when we get to Vegas, that is just a day to celebrate, because after we come back, we're going to see if we can't knock out that student loan and really bring in some money. So why don't you send me your stories and like just write your comments. Have you ever had a loan above $94,000? What have you done to pay it off? And hey, do you think I should have done more, or do you think I should get it paid off this year as well and stop messing around? And I keep telling you guys to take a break. Maybe I should take a break on the weekend too. But this weekend is Vegas, baby. Because what stays in Vegas is me taking care of business, getting some tax deductions by making videos and letting IRS know this is all for my independent contractor business, baby. Later.